Yeah. Bad agents sit and complain about how good it was yesterday, right? Good agents figure it out and they roll and they change with the tides.
Yeah.
Great agents get ahead of it and see it coming and tell their clients, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's coming. And here's how we need to prepare for it.
Yeah.
So where do you find yourself? Complaining, figuring it out, or being a trendsetter and saying, here's what's going to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the Medicare Sales Playbook. Believe it or not, it is Thursday already.
It is Thursday already.
Seems like it was just Thursday.
Last week.
And man, they just keep, it was just last week we had a Thursday. I looked, we will have another one next Thursday.
Next week too. Yeah, good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, right? That for our younger viewers.
200 and some odd episodes, and that's the first time we've used that phrase.
Won't be the last,
surprising.
Though.
Yeah.
I'm going to work it in.
Work it in. I like it. You know, we've had a great time being on the road. We are going to Chicago next. The Medicare Sales Playbook Training Days is coming to Chicago. And just like last week when I didn't look and see what day it was exactly, I did it again. So what I need you guys to do is go to MedicareSalesPlaybook.com, right? And you will see where to register, all that jazz. We would love to see you in Chicago. We're going to be talking about practical, applicable things that you can take home and use.
And if you want to fly to Chicago, to Chicago and see us. If you want to come to Salt Lake City, you want to come
next in August.
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia is September.
Yeah. And then
come on in.
I don't know. McDonald's the next month.
I'm going to go to McDonald's every month. Actually, I haven't been to McDonald's in a long time.
I have.
But you have kids.
Yeah, that's my excuse.
It's weird when I order a Happy Meal now, you know?
Nobody asks questions.
Yeah, they do.
Not out loud.
Not out loud. Yeah, exactly. So speaking of problems, today we want to talk about how to solve problems and are you solving the right problem? And I think the overlaying message in all of this today is, are you really looking for a solution or are you just complaining?
Yeah.
Right? Because we're going to talk about some stuff that we hear from agents. We're going to talk about it from an agent's perspective and then from a client side of things and really talk about, you know, are you really out to find a solution or are you just like, well, this is why it don't work?
Yeah.
You're making excuses for yourself as to why it won't work.
Yeah, I think we're so quick to assign blame, but I don't think that's the right phrase to use. I think we're so quick to, like you said, to assign an excuse to a problem because it just, hey, problem is in front of me. I can't get past it. So that must be the issue.
Yeah.
But today we're going to try to figure out if we can't understand maybe what that underlying problem is, because I think the final question that we would ask at the end of each of these is that if tomorrow that problem were no longer there, what problem would still be present?
Right.
So
yeah, I love it. I'll never forget. I was on I used to work in a school, right? And I don't know why, I was taking some kids somewhere, I don't know. And we came up to a stoplight and there were some people protesting. I don't remember what they were protesting. It's not the point of the story. But I had that one kid beside me sitting in the front seat that you had to be careful what you said around him because he would do whatever you said. If you said, hey, I dare you to, whatever you said next was happening. And so you had to learn that was as much your responsibility
Not
as
enough
it was
of those kids in the world today.
Exactly. And I said, man, I wish somebody would ask them, okay, I see what you're protesting, but what's your answer? What's the solution? And so then I hear, because the window's rolling down and he goes, hey, guy. And I'm like, well, here we go. He said, so what's your solution? And the guy just stood there and looked at him and I said, boys and girls, that is a lesson right there. If you're going to go out and address a problem, make sure you have a solution. Mm-hmm. So let's dive into these. So some things that we hear from agents as to why they're having problems or they're not having success. And then let's talk about maybe some answers as to maybe you just look at it from a different perspective.
Yeah.
Right. So you had one on there. What's the first one you had?
The first one is I don't have enough leads. Mm-hmm. We hear that a lot. I don't have enough people in my pipeline. I don't have enough people to call. And while that might be true, again, we can kind of start with the question, if tomorrow, if you just had 1,000 people in your pipeline, would your sales numbers look differently? And by the law of large numbers, they would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But dramatically, would they?
Right.
I think the question really there to ask is, okay, so I don't have enough leads, or I have bad leads, or however you want to say it. Okay, what is your follow-up system with those leads? Mm-hmm. How quickly are you calling them?
Right.
That's a big one.
Yeah.
You know, you talk obviously a lot on the life insurance side. I feel like maybe we don't as much on the Medicare side, but we definitely talk about it on the life insurance side where, you know, people who put in a request to learn more about life insurance, they're usually it's an emotional decision, and it's late at night and they're watching TV and they see that thing, hey, for $7 a month, I can get 8 nickels worth of life insurance. But, you'll see all these, or maybe somebody just died or they heard a story, like you want to tap into that emotional position that they were in when they asked for that. And so we have to strike while the iron's hot. In Medicare, we are really quick to be like, well, I ain't turning 65 yet.
Right. I
got time.
Yeah.
So what's your follow-up system? What does your calling cadence look like? Really, that's a lot of the question is, how are you interacting with all of those leads? And if tomorrow you had 1,000 leads in your bucket, would your outcomes be different?
Well, and you think about selling as getting people to say yes.
Yes.
So when they first, without realizing it, somehow they were asked the question, do I want to look further into this? Mm-hmm. So they then either picked up the phone, filled out a direct mail card, answered the question on Facebook, something. They said yes to something.
Yeah, they didn't accidentally wind up there.
Right. They made a decision and they said yes. Are we capitalizing on their decision in a timely manner? Mm-hmm. Because, okay, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but think about this. When I book an appointment with the dentist, it's because I have a tooth that is hurting.
Yes.
Right? If I book the appointment 7 months out, I am not going to that appointment. No. Because my tooth will either stop hurting or I will learn to live on Tylenol and ibuprofen and a mixture of mom's homemade remedies, right? Yeah. The pain is not there anymore. Yeah. This may work. When we sit there and we get a lead in and we wait 4 days to call it, the pain that caused them to fill out that lead may not be there anymore. Mm-hmm. The emotion may not be there anymore. So getting there quickly is very, very, another thing is too, are we discovering why they filled out the lead? Yeah. Right? Like your follow-up system, all that stuff. When you call, my favorite question is, hey, why am I talking to you today? Mm-hmm. What? Well, I didn't fill that out. Well, sir, I got your number somehow. I'm not just going through a phone book here. Well, somebody else must have filled that out. Huh? Okay. What some people will hear is, I didn't fill that out, so I don't need it. What I heard is, I'm talking to the wrong person. Mm-hmm. Okay, who should I be talking to? My wife must have filled that out. Okay, is she there? May I speak to her? Who
else would be able to give me all this information about you and requesting information on Medicare? Who else in your general vicinity would that be outside of a prankster?
Yeah, which, man, giving somebody's number out to a Medicare agent is a beautiful prank. Don't get me wrong. But most of the time, somebody has said yes. I have to find the person that said yes. Mm-hmm. So yes, I didn't fill that out. Awesome. Who did? Because somebody did. Yeah. Right? My wife probably did. Okay. It sounds like she's the one that really has the questions. Can I speak to her? No, she's not here right now. Okay. Either when can I call back, or what questions do you think she has?
I love that. Not waiting.
Yeah.
What questions do you, I'm sure you guys talk about this. What questions do you think she might have?
Right. Yeah. Perfect. I think also it's not only just squeezing every bit of juice out of that lead that there is, right? Like making sure that lead is, a wait is not a no. I need a firm no before I move on. Now, on the other side of it, we have people just beating those 3 leads they have to death. Yeah. Right? Like I said, no. I meant no. We've moved out of the country. What language would you like me to speak to, like we beat those leads to death. Let those go, but make sure that we're getting all of it out. But also then making sure that we are exhausting every opportunity with that lead, which sounds like the same thing. But what I mean, something you said earlier, how's your call cadence? Mm-hmm. If I call somebody today at 10 a.m., and they don't answer, if I call them tomorrow at 10 a.m., they're probably not going to answer because we're creatures of habit. That kind of brings us to our next one. People don't answer the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say if I come in and I say, Matt, you gave me these 20 leads, people don't answer the phone?
First question I'd ask, when are you calling them?
Right.
What time of day? And honestly, this is where we say it a lot. If it's important, track it.
Right.
There's a lot of people who don't track when they're calling. So you should be tracking when you call those leads. I used to have in my little sheet where I'd track everything. I would, fortunately I'd timestamp it, but not everybody has it. Like I could see I called them at 10 a.m. Mm-hmm. They didn't answer. I left them voicemail and I heard back from them. Now that might be a little bit more telling, but so tomorrow I'm not going to call them at 10 a.m. So the first question I'm going to ask them is, what time of day are you calling them? And then are you following up with them? Mm-hmm. We're really quick to do a one call. Calling leads is awkward.
It is
at times. Like it can be really awkward.
I think we install a lot of the awkwardness though.
1,000%, because as you said, they didn't just wind up here. Like they filled something out, some reason or another, they've gotten in front of me. Now I'm responding to that call for action, for help for them. Mm-hmm. So we instill a lot of, you're right. We instill, just like we talked on the last episode about being out in the community. It's really only awkward for us because we're trying to present a solution to a problem they might not know they have.
Right.
So when are you calling? How many times are you following up? I think another one is, how strong are your ads?
Right.
Because there's some really weak ads out there that might say something to the effect of, if you're interested in Medicare, please sign something here.
Yeah. Do you have the best hearing aids on the market?
Yeah, but okay, right.
Yeah.
Do you have the best hearing aids on the market? So when the Medicare agent calls you, I don't want to talk to the Medicare agent. I want to talk to the hearing aid guy.
Yeah, I thought I was filling out something because my hearing aids are squeaking.
How's your grocery card benefit? So they think they're going to get a call. I don't actually know who they would expect a call from on that one.
The grocery store, Piggly Wiggly.
Yeah, Piggly Wiggly, or any number of grocery stores. Walmart.
I love how you could not think of a grocery store at that moment. You go Albertsons, you go Price Chopper, Price Cutter, really anything chop, cut, slash.
Yep.
Food for
Aldi's.
Aldi's.
There we go.
Is it Aldi or Aldi's?
I think it's Aldi.
I think it is too. I think I say Aldi's.
But I think we always call it Aldi's because it would be weird to say, I'm going to go to Aldi today.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, did you miss a part of that word?
You're getting old though is when you throw the in front of it, or the
Aldi.
The Aldi.
That almost.
The Walmart.
That almost, yeah. My aunt and uncle called it going to the Walmart.
The Walmart.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
We digress.
Certainly do.
Anyway.
People are not answering their phone, right? So if you're still with us, God bless you. But here's a couple things that I thought about. Is your number local?
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm not answering. I get a call, God bless them, every day from a 607 number. Mm-hmm. I have no idea who they are. They'll call me today about 4:00. At 4:03, I'm still not going to know who they are, right? Because it's not local. I'm not going to answer. And if it's you calling me, I apologize.
Leave a message.
Leave a message. Yeah, they don't ever leave a message. Are you leaving a message?
Yeah.
Are you leaving an urgent message? Hey, this is Dallas. I got this from you. And it says here you want to talk about Medicare. I'm here to help you with your Medicare. So I will be calling back tomorrow.
Yeah. In a day where there's so many spam calls out there, I think this is something that is hard to stress enough. Spam callers typically don't leave voicemails. At least not the ones calling me.
Yeah.
Usually those kinds of people, they don't leave voicemails. Yeah. So whenever you're thinking about like you're calling somebody, if you're not leaving a voicemail, you're just getting tossed into that spam bucket like everybody else. So leave them a voicemail. Set it to where your phone, I love to do this, set it to where your phone, when you call, it pulls up a picture, because you can do the setting where it like pulls up a picture of you.
I don't know that that's going to help me.
I don't know how it does it, but
Yeah.
Where they can see that you're a real person, but leave a voicemail every time.
Yeah.
Leave a voicemail.
Are you texting them?
Yes, follow the text.
I'm a text guy. If you want to talk to me, the easiest way is text. I'm going to get that every time. Somebody even said the other day, mix it up and call them with FaceTime audio. Like, you know how you can, these are for my iPhone users.
Yeah.
You can just do a FaceTime audio. You don't have to do the whole FaceTime. But he said spam callers never call from FaceTime. I'm like, you know what? That's actually not a bad idea. So, but Okay, let me go on the other side of that.
Why not just FaceTime video?
Well, listen, I have been into some homes that I didn't want to see it and they knew that I was coming. When they don't know I'm coming and they answer, I don't know that I want to see
This is
that.
Matt, your friendly Medicare agent.
Yeah. We get on the verge of being scammy too, right? Like if it's taking you, like I'm all for putting out as much, and I'm about to contradict myself. I'm all for putting out as much effort as I possibly can. But like you said, if you've called, text, emailed, and they still don't want to talk to you and all that, it may be time to look for another lead source.
Yeah, take the hint.
Like, yeah, it's time to do something else. Okay, another one. I'm too busy.
Yeah.
I'm an agent. I don't have time. I'm way too busy. A big one with that is, one, my first question is, are you really? Because what we will do, and I'll just say me, what I will do a lot of times, right now I have a list of things to do on my desk. Some things I want to do, some things I do not want to do. I will figure out a way to be too busy to do the things that I don't really want to do. Well, I do have to, dust my office furniture. It's been a while. And, that trash isn't going to take out itself. And so I got to do that. And well, it is now lunchtime now. And
want to do that.
I do want to do that. That's on the do list, but I will do anything I can to avoid picking up that phone. Are you really too busy? Are you creating busyness because you don't want to do it? I talk about it a lot. Mark Batterson in his book, Win the Day, talks about do the hard thing first, eat the frog. Come in every morning and accomplish something that you don't want to do.
Yeah.
Right. The second reason though, am I too busy? What can I offload to someone else?
Yeah. That's the one I hear because, I often ask the question because I look at it like, I'm never too busy to make money.
Right.
We'll figure a way. I think that's where a lot of agents get stuck is they're too busy doing work that they don't need to do.
Right.
And now, not to say that there is a period of time in every agent's life and every agent's career where you're going to do those things. But here's the thing. At that point in your career, you're not too busy.
Right.
Like that's just what you do.
Yeah.
There will come a point in time where that busy load, those customer service calls, those calling the provider, figuring out those kinds of things that don't require a licensed agent, there will come a point in time whenever that will encroach upon whatever your marketing strategy is, whatever your growth strategy is. And at that point in time, you are too busy.
Right.
But you're not too busy. I think I'd want to change the mindset. You're not too busy to bring in new clients. You're too busy you're too busy spending time where you shouldn't to not be able to. So you need to look at how can I offload?
Yeah. And I think the big reasons people don't offload, one we talked about already, they enjoy the busy work, so they don't have to do the work they don't want to do. But another one is it's a little bit of humility. They don't, like, nobody else can do it as good as I do, right? Like nobody else can schedule that phone or that appointment, or they're going to mess it up. They're going to blow it. Well, if that's the case, it may be that you need to be a little more humble and realize that, hey, you're not the best at everything in the world.
Yeah.
Let somebody else do some stuff. Two, they may be thinking that that person isn't capable. Then that person shouldn't be there.
No.
If you can't trust somebody enough to do something that you need to offload, find somebody you can.
Yeah.
And really, that sounds mean to them, but it's not. It's your fault because you hired the wrong person.
Yes.
Right? The problem a lot of times is we want to go out and we want to hire us. I don't want to hire me. I want to hire somebody. Jamie, who works with us, is a great example. She is so good at a lot of things that I am really bad at. And so I have no problem saying, Jamie, would you help me build this tracking program? Or Jamie, would you? And at first I kind of felt guilty. And Jamie had a heart-to-heart with me. She's like, hey, why are you doing that? I'm like, well, these suck and I didn't want to make you do it. And she's like, I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I like doing.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for.
Why are you doing that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, my bad. Right. And then the other thing is too, a lot of times we don't want to offload it because we feel bad about making them do that, which is what I kind of just talked about. We feel bad about making them. One thing, we work with Brian Askins at Lasting Mark a lot and stuff. And one thing I've seen him do very well is getting his employees to understand, if you do this, it allows me to do this and the company makes more money.
Yeah.
If you will take this off my plate, yes, it's not a fun job, but if you take this off my plate, I can meet with more clients. If I meet with more clients, I'm able to give you more money. And they understand it. Then it's not, oh crap, he just doesn't want to do this. It's how can I get him in front of more people? That's their mission, So I think unloading can be a big tool to that. We're too busy, right?
And I think one of the other concerns is, and I have two things before we move on to the next one. I think agents also feel bad about doing that to their clients.
Yeah.
Because they're like, my client came to me. Mm-hmm. They want to talk to me. And while in the beginning that is okay, and you should still. I'm a firm believer that your clients still need to hear your voice. If you're the one that enrolled them, they need to hear your voice. Mm-hmm. But you also need to, as you start growing, you need to start. This is kind of a constant. We are always evolving in our business and the way that we operate. We kind of have to evolve the way that we train our clients too.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people think, well, clients just going to do what I tell them. No, they won't. No, you have to train your clients to do the things that you need them to do to make everything work better for everybody else, including them. So training your clients that, hey, if you have a problem during the year, I'm going to need you to call here. I need you to call Leslie.
Right.
Call our front desk. You're going to talk to Leslie. You don't need to talk to me unless there's an issue that Leslie can't solve, but I'm going to go ahead and let you know right now. She's probably going to be able to take care of everything that comes across your plate.
Well, and it's setting up that expectation from the beginning.
Yes.
And really edifying Leslie. Again, I go back to Leslie is the gal who helps Brian up front. He's done a great job of that. And he had that, we talked about that. He had that problem in the beginning. Mm-hmm. He had clients that would call in and say, hey, I need a review. And they'd say, okay, Brian's busy at that time. We're going to put you with so-and-so. And they're like, nope, I only talk to Brian. I only talk to him. Brian started really edifying Leslie and even bringing her in on appointments. Hey, this is Leslie. Guys, she's the smartest person I have in this office. And I'm able to do what I do because she's so amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And when you call in, if you talk to me, here's what's probably going to happen. I'm going to go ask Leslie.
Yeah.
So when you call in, talk to Leslie and she'll be there to help you. Now his clients like her better than they like him.
Yeah. Promise maker, promise keeper.
Exactly. Yep. So she can, I like that, man. That's good. Leslie, so if you, like you said, if you train your clients, hey, you only talk to me, well, then you better be ready to answer your phone a bunch and answer a bunch of questions that
you're going to complain about.
Yeah. Yeah. Or if you say, hey man, I have got a great team. And I think it comes down to marketing too, how you present yourself. Mm-hmm. This is not Dallas Keithley. This is Keithley Financial Group.
Yes.
Which involves Leslie and Bill and Mary and Steve. And, we're all, man, these guys are all amazing.
Yeah. And you can even move this on to as you grow an agency. Mm-hmm. As you grow an agency and build people around you, you're going to have agents that you bring into your universe that are going to say, man, I only talk to Dallas. Well, listen, I'm surrounded by this person. This is what they do. I've got this person. This is what they do. I've got, all of these people around me. If you have a specific question about those, I'm surrounded by good people. I've brought them in.
Yeah.
So I trust them to take. So it's part of that too. But I think the last thing about being too busy is agents, as they go into this kind of growth transition of being too busy, I think there's sometimes a hesitance to rely on innovation, to rely on technology.
Yeah.
A good CRM can take a major workload off of people.
Right.
You can have automation set up there that automatically reach out to people. Hey, let's put them on a drip campaign where every so often they get a message from me. That's one less call you have to make at time. It's one less email. So anyway.
Exactly. And the last one here on the client or on the agency side is the market is bad. Market's bad. I'll never forget. I had a guy, he's like, my second day there, his job, I don't know if somebody told him to do it, but his job, and he took it very seriously, was to tell me everything that sucked about Medicare or about insurance, right? Like market's horrible. I used to mail 10 people and 9 of them would call me back. And then later the 10th one would call me, can't do that anymore. So if somebody comes to me and says the market is bad, market bad. Why use many word when few word do trick, right? My office fans out there, Kevin, baby. Instead of saying the market is bad, my question is, are you shifting?
Yeah.
Are you shifting with the market? Nothing is going to work forever.
No.
Right? Like I remember when we got Facebook, everybody's like, oh, this is the brand new marketing tool and this will change the industry and this is going to, nobody uses, some leads are still generated by Facebook, but do you adapt?
Yeah.
We try to sell TikTok all the time and people are like, oh, people don't use TikTok. Yes, they do.
Yeah.
They're just not willing to adapt to it.
you look at adapting to your market, it's adapting to products. There is today, 55% of the country is in an MA plan. Now you could say that can be because of commissions or whatever case is, but at the end of the day, you still have this many people who are choosing MA plans. So you have agents that have been in the business for a very long time who don't like Medicare Advantage plans. And, we talked with a gentleman about a year ago who lost a few clients and was like, I'm ready to throw it in.
Yeah.
And, we kind of talked, it's like, well, tell us about your book. He's like, well, I've got 300 clients and 280 of them are med subs. And it's like, well,
and med subs aren't paying, the birthday rules kill me.
That might be your problem. Have you are you showing them MA plans? No, I don't like MA plans. Well, then you're a biased agent. Number one,
right.
You're not doing your job as an unbiased agent to show them everything. But number two, you are leaving 55% of the population to go somewhere else.
Yeah. You've told them, no, thank you. I don't want your business.
Yeah. You've told them, I don't want your business. And just
I prefer med subs.
FYI, there's a lot of agents out there who sell all the products and they'll come after the other 45 too.
Yeah.
So diversify your business, offer them everything. And if you live in a market in a couple of states last year, we saw med subs took a tank. We saw MA plans get pulled out. So what are you doing in a shifting market? Are you offering ancillary products? Are you offering retirement plan? You have to be willing to diversify because this market changes all the time. And if you're not willing to, then
somebody else will.
And you'll be doing this until they take over it.
Yeah. Bad agents sit and complain about how good it was yesterday, right? Good agents figure it out and they roll and they change with the tides.
Yeah.
Great agents get ahead of it and see it coming and tell their clients, here's what's going to happen. Here's what's coming. And here's how we need to prepare for it.
Yeah.
So where do you find yourself? Complaining, figuring it out, or being a trendsetter and saying, here's what's going to happen?
Well, that same agent, I was sitting in an airport one day talking to him and he said, I just don't understand how people can make a 20-year career out of this. And I said, well, great agents will not get knocked down for long.
Yeah.
They'll get hit and they'll figure out a way to go around it.
Yeah.
The ones who don't make a 20-year career are the ones who get hit once and they say, all right, new strategy.
They find a fishing hole and they just keep casting, man.
Yeah.
Just bang, bang, bang. Great agents are moving around the lake, watching what everybody else is doing, seeing the trends, listening to the weather, all that stuff. I suck at fishing, but I hear that's what people do. Let's look at it now from a client perspective.
Yeah.
Are you solving the wrong problem? If you're an agent and you're sitting there and you're like, man, I just can't close business. I just can't. My clients are not seeing the value. They're not seeing the need. The first thing I have is you may be assuming that your client understands the problem.
Yes.
Right? You're assuming the client sees the problem. Many times, because of the fact that we are in this every day, you and I, we're in Medicare every day. We see problems every day. You take it over to life insurance. We realize the need for life insurance, all that stuff. Sometimes we assume that when we walk into the house that the client is at the same level of understanding as we are. And something that we're like, man, this is common sense. It's common sense to us because it's our world. It's not in their wheelhouse and they have no clue that this is a problem. So are we going back and making sure that the client understands the problem before we're presenting the solution? Like, are you uncovering the need, basically? So,
I liken it to taking your truck to the mechanic. And they walk out with something. They say, hey, we're replacing this. It's going to be $200. But they didn't tell me why.
Yeah.
They didn't tell me what the repercussions of not changing it. They didn't tell me what my options are to do something differently. They just said, we're changing it.
Right.
And with
my answer is no.
Yeah. My answer is no without an explanation. Yeah. So, and then you go watch them put that same air filter back on the shelf that they'll show the next person.
Yeah.
There was no corn in that. Anyway, we digress again on that. So, so our clients, and we say this a lot, like our client, it's the recognition that we are the product that they're buying, not the product that they're signing the line on. So we need to make sure that we are uncovering problems and offering solutions because, what you have in your bag, Dallas, doesn't make you special.
Right.
Like your plans, you might get higher comp, but that doesn't matter to anybody. I mean, or you might get lower comp. That matters to nobody. Like what makes you special is your ability to uncover problems. So we grabbed a couple of things that we hear from clients, and we just kind of want to tear those apart for just a second here. When somebody says to you, I want the cheapest plan.
Okay.
What do you, well, first off, I think we're very quick to hear, well, they're just wanting to save a buck.
Right.
But what could we potentially be hearing there?
So, okay, I'm going to try to turn everything into a good thing.
Okay.
I just heard they're going to spend money with me.
Okay.
Right. I want the cheapest plan. Okay. The cheapest plan still costs something.
Yeah.
And so remember, with objections, there's always the 3 A's. I talked about this morning. Agree, answer, ask. Agree. Sir, you're right. And you know what? Honestly, you've come to the right person, because my job is to find you the least expensive coverage with the most benefits. So my job is to make sure I'm going to find out everything you need, and I'm going to figure out the least expensive way that we can cover them. So let's find it. Let's find the cheapest way to do it. So agree, answer, ask. So then, sir, when we are looking for the least expensive plan, I'm trying to get them away from the word cheapest, because cheap denotes cheap.
And it's subjective.
Right. Least expensive or most affordable. Those are the words I like. So as I look for the most affordable plan for you, what are the big things that you want covered? So I'm getting them away from thinking about the price to thinking about the solution. Let's find the problem now. It's not, and yes, I am going to find you the cheapest plan that will do this, right? There has to be another word. What about you? If somebody says, I want the cheapest.
Well, that's kind of the direction I start going down is when they talk about cheap, what exactly are we, what is the cheap we're searching for? Because nothing's free. So what is the cheap that we're searching for? So my question is typically, okay, whenever we're looking at your healthcare, what is the thing that is the scariest for you? Like, what is the thing that's going to keep you up at night? When I hand you a plan and you look at it and you're sitting there tonight, what is the thing that you're going to be the most afraid of? Well, man, if I go to the hospital, fantastic. I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're going to make sure that we find you a plan that fits well with your medications, fits well with your providers. And you know what? We're going to try to find the one that has the best affordable hospital coverage. But I'm also going to show you something at the end of the day, show all of my clients, called a hospital indemnity plan that's going to alleviate that problem. But see, what I just did it. I assumed, because they said cheap, that they meant they want an MA. And I think agents are, great example. I think agents are really quick to hear cheap and they say, oh, well, then you need a Medicare Advantage plan. But what they might also be saying is, I'm on a fixed income.
Right.
So cheap, going to an MA, a fixed income, and this is where agents can be really, really, really sharp. A fixed income on an MA plan can either be a beautiful thing or a very dangerous thing.
Yeah.
Can they afford $150 a month on a med sup? Maybe not comfortably, but can they afford
the MOOP?
A $3,000 MOOP?
Yeah.
I mean, less comfortably.
Yeah. What's hard? You can have hard now or hard later.
Yeah.
Do you want the hard 150 or the hard 4,000?
Yeah.
Now, the problem with that is everybody believes that'll never happen to me.
Of course.
I'll never have to hit that MOOP.
Sure.
The premium, that's real. That's right now.
Yeah.
The MOOP is a maybe, right? But what we sell is,
and that's where it becomes our job to, hey, you know what? We have to, at the end of the day, we give the people what they want.
Yep.
But I'm not going to leave this table without showing you everything that I can show you, because I want to make sure that you make the best decision for you. Now, I know in my brain inherently there is a right decision, but to make sure that you make the correct decision for you. But I want to make sure that we're really cautious that when we hear somebody say cheap or I'm broke or all of those, all the things our clients will say to us, that is subjective.
Right.
And that does not mean that you need to just pivot straight to an MA. In fact, you might show them a med sup first.
Yeah.
If cost is your primary concern, then maybe we need to show you consistency.
Right. And, when somebody has that quick of an objection, it shows me that they have a preconceived idea. This is going to be expensive. Mm-hmm. My job is to say, okay, look, let's find the solution, and then let's find the least expensive, or the problem. Then let's find the least expensive way to cover that solution. And in objections, it always comes down to also finding out the real objection. Mm-hmm. Like a lot of times, is it really an objection? A lot of times we just feel like we got to throw something out. Yeah. Like, how much is this going to cost? Well, they were just making conversation or something like that. Right. So, and then finding out what the real objection is.
And real quick, I know we're getting our time cards flashed at us.
Yeah.
Real fast one here. Whenever you meet with somebody that's turning 65, you're going to hear a lot of them that are going to say, I just want something that's affordable. A really solid question to ask them is like, what are you paying? What have you been paying?
Yeah. Right.
Well, I pay $800 a month. And then what's your deductible? I think it's like $5,000. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and set the stage right now.
So a $600 plan.
So
pretty cheap.
Yeah. Yeah. So, So just so you know, there's two different levels of affordability.
Right.
I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised with all the things we're going to look at today. Now, I'm not going to go ahead and tell them, be like, oh, there's plans here that are free. I mean, I'm not going to go down that route, but I think you're going to be surprised. So we can go ahead and let that guard down a little bit. You're going to be surprised what you hear today. So next one here, and we'll end on this one. My friend said to call you. Nice. My friend said to call you.
Yep. What I just heard was your friend trusts me. Mm-hmm. Right? Which is the biggest thing. I would say, man, first of all, tell your friend thank you, because what I see there is your friend trusts me, not only enough to do business for himself, but to say you need to go. Man, so big commercial here. My wife and I just switched to T-Mobile, and it was after 25 years with, what was it before?
You said it was Alltel.
Alltel, and then Verizon, all that stuff. And we did it because the lady showed me enough value. She showed me so much value, and then I liked her as well that I did it. But then the next day I came in, I told you, I told Jamie.
You sat at this table and you said, man, you need to switch to T-Mobile. Yeah,
it sounded like an a T-Mobile commercial, right? So I'm like, you need to do this, because I saw so much value in it. And there are two types of people in this world: people that love to give referrals, people that won't. I'm the love to give referrals guy. If I eat somewhere and I like it, you're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
Right. But to get back to your thing, I would say to that person, man, first of all, tell your friend thank you, and I'm going to be sure and thank them. So let me ask you a question. Again, this is not an objection, but agree, answer, ask. Let me ask you a question. When they told you to come visit with me, why? What did they say that you were like, hey, was it just, he's a great looking bald guy? For a minute, I thought you were going to ask me a question. I was like, I'm ready. Let's do this. Why did he have you come see me?
Yeah. I think that's spot on. You also hear that they don't know who to talk to.
Right.
So that's someone they trust. They don't know who to trust.
Yeah.
They obviously also trust this person. So that referral to me, like, I'm going to, we're going to make sure we obviously take great care of these people, but we're going to take a little bit more time because they've been referred here, and they, they don't have somebody. So I know they've been sent here for a specific reason. We're going to find out what it is. And then we're going to take a little extra time, because if they've been referred and they see the power of that, then those people are also very likely to refer to.
Right. I think a lot of all this comes down to listen to what they mean, not what they say.
Yeah.
Like, why did that person just say that? What are they really? Sometimes it's very simple. I want a Medicare plan, Advantage plan. Okay. What did I just hear? They have been studying, right? They have been asking other people. So what I want to find out is, where did that come from?
Yeah.
So, okay, tell me, you say you want a Medicare Advantage plan, and sir, I'm happy to do that. Now I would like to show you everything and then make a decision. But what led you to tell me you want an Advantage plan? Why? Find out, what do they mean? What's behind the statement, rather than just taking the statement and running? Because a lot of people would be like, all right, sign right here, right? Welcome to the MA world. Let's find out why.
Question for you though.
Okay.
If somebody comes and says to you, listen, I want that Humana Medicare Advantage plan, but it's first time you're meeting with them, all those things, and you're going to present, you want to present them all. What are you going to present first to them?
I'm going to agree. Hey, yeah, I sold a lot of the Humana Gold Plus plans, right? Great plans, amazing plans. I would have some questions.
Sure.
What led you to that decision?
Okay.
My neighbor has it. Awesome. Most of the time when people say that, it's because they've heard good things and they want good things.
Yes.
If I could, let me explain my job and how I do stuff. My job is to educate you on what Medicare is and what it covers and doesn't cover, and then to make sure that you understand that there are two options. I'm going to show you both options, and then at the end, whatever you like If you still say, I want that Humana Gold Plus plan, I'm going to say sign here. But at least I can walk away knowing I have done my job well. Right?
Which one? So I think there's value there, and we can, this is the same with parenting too. We don't give our kids, we want to give our kids what we want, but if there's something else that we want to give it to them first. So
yeah,
I would in those scenarios, because you're going to get people that are going to walk in very staunch in their position. I only want this. We explained to them, here's what our job. So before we jump into that, here's what I'd love to do. I'd love to teach you about, tell you what a Medicare supplement is. Because if I give them what MA is right out of the gate, are they ever going to listen to what this other option is?
Yeah.
They're never going to hear it.
Point.
So I want to show them this because they're on the hook. They're going to stick around because they want to hear about this Humana Medicare Advantage plan. So I'm going to teach them what is a med sup. I'm going to show them what the rates are. That way, now they've listened, because they don't know when I'm going to pitch in a MA. So now that I've got them here, they've heard it, they know the rates, and now they have something to compare it to. So when I go and show them this plan, they can say, this is, so I think there's a lot of value in not showing them exactly what they've asked for right out of the gate if there's something else they need to know about.
Right. You watch the old late night talk shows, they never bring out the big guest first.
Never.
There's a reasoning the opening act is the opening act, because we know you're going to stay for Tim McGraw or whomever is you came to see. The other thing is too, if somebody really gets, and I have got up and said, look, I'm not the guy for you because man, I'm going to do my job. If you won't let me do my job, like here's the number for Humana, call them and sign up.
Yeah.
Because whenever they do that, I want to ask them, okay, what kind of car do you drive? What kind of car does your neighbor drive? Why is it different? Well, because there's things I like and there's things that they like.
You don't say.
You don't say. Yeah. Do you take the same prescriptions? Do you see the same doctor? See, Advantage plans are based on, and that's when we go into, here's how we pick the right Advantage plan for you.
Yeah.
So just explaining. And again, if you have some people that they're just so dead set on it, I would get up and walk away, because when it's wrong, they're going to forget that they were the one that wanted it. As a matter of fact, I have had 2 complaints against me filed with the Department of Insurance. One, I knocked on a guy's door and he said, you're not supposed to be doing this. And the Department of Insurance said, sure, you can. It's no problem. It's for life insurance. The second one, I had a lady. She said, I laid them all out. And she said, I want that one. I said, well, ma'am, that doesn't cover your doctors. She said, doesn't matter. I want that one. I said, why do you want that one? She said, because my pills are cheaper on that one. I said, I understand that, but you're going to make up for it by paying a lot to go see your doctors. I don't care. I want that one. I said, well, ma'am, I really wish you would look at this one. This one pays for your pill. Yeah, but my pills are more expensive. And I explained it over and over and over again. Something in me told me to have her sign something saying she didn't want that one, but I didn't do it. 3 weeks later, I get a call from the Department of Insurance, or a letter saying that a complaint's been filed against me because the plan that I placed her in did not cover her doctors. And I'm like, are you kidding me? So I laid out the whole thing and it was fine, but they remember what they want to remember.
Yeah. I used to, go into homes as a carrier rep and people would say, hey, I don't even want you to present. I already know this is what I want. Say, let me take a look. No, I don't want to. So I would actually have them sign. I had a checklist. I choose not to have a meeting or go through the checklist.
Yeah.
Sign here.
Yeah.
Okay. If that's what you want to do. I'm a carrier rep. So anyway.
Yeah. Good stuff, man. The big thing, if people take one thing away, it's if you find yourself complaining, and guys, we're not naive and to say that there's not things to complain about.
Sure.
There's things to complain about. But when you're complaining, are you really looking for a solution? Or are you just like, man, everything sucks. This sucks, that sucks, everything sucks.
And sometimes it's good just to have that for a moment. Get it out of your system.
Right. But then, okay, let's move on.
Yeah.
Great. It sucks. Now what? We talk to our kids all the time about, yes, this sucks, but what are we going to do about it? We can sit here. Yeah. And my kid will keep complaining. I'm like, okay, we need 5 more minutes to complain. Let's complain for 5 more minutes. It sucks.
I had a text from somebody this morning, a long text ranting about something. And my text back said, okay, now it's out of your system. On to a great day.
How do you feel?
Just said on to a great day. And I got a heart emoji. Now they might come after me later, but it was a rant.
I know she put your phone on airplane mode. So
nobody calling me.
Fixed it. Are you looking for a solution? I think is the big thing. So great job, man. Guys, we would love to see you in Chicago. We do a lot of stuff like this. We give you practical tools, trainings, all that stuff. Also, go to our website and sign up for the last Wednesday webinar. We didn't do one in June. I knew it was going to be a busy month, so we didn't do one. It's July, right? No, well, it will be July here in about 10 minutes. Yeah. We would love to have you on our last Wednesday webinar. Also, Tuesday tips. We send out a Tuesday tip. We send out, what do you do?
What do I do?
Hot takes.
Yeah, hot takes.
Jamie does a great job. Sign up for all our social media, all that jazz. We appreciate y'all. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you next time on the Medicare Sales Playbook.